We'll give this just a second here and let some people get on and get this link shared out. And then we'll get started talking about some news we got for tonight, and we're going to do a giveaway. So stay tuned. You're going to want to be on this. If you're a MOYAK member, you got a chance to win a guided fishing trip tonight.
What'd you think of that new canoe? Or excuse me, that feel free.
Which one?
The one I got.
Oh, yeah, that's nice, man. I just actually ordered one myself too.
Yeah, you told me about that, man.
I'm getting a new flash.
It's exciting.
Yeah, they call it a recreational pedal drive kayak from Feel Free, but it's got rod holders and a space for a couple boxes, so I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, it looks pretty legit.
I bet it's fast too.
What up, Stacy? How you doing? Joe Hayes, Larry Lee, what's up, guys? Giving away any sleds. You're funny, Joe.
Need give away some rock salt.
It's a high market for sleds right now, Joe. You should know that.
Supposed to stock up on these things beforehand. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Guys can watch this later too if they're not on right now. We're already about 10 minutes late. So, Jonathan, how you doing, man?
Man, I am great. I'm good. It's been a good off season. It's been a busy one, but man, I'm ready to get back on the water.
Yeah, you made some changes going this year, didn't you?
I did. I made some big changes. I got with some good folks, and man, I'm excited about 2022.
What are you fishing out of this year?
I am fishing out of a feel free, man. I got the lure 13.5 with it's a V2.
The new one.
And yeah, I got in contact with One Objective, and I actually picked up the kayak the day before they released that bow mount, and I've got one on its way, and I'm hoping to be the first one hooked up and got that thing set up. So I can't wait till it gets here.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that either. I never thought that. I'm in a feel free 13.5 myself, and I never thought that a bow mount trolling motor would work on there. So I can't wait to see how this is going.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to see how it is. It's got a really good, the platform, the area is really big. It's just as big, if not bigger, than my Bonafide I was in before. But that you've got places, that front smaller hatch is going to be a sweet setup, and then it's just so open that you can really do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's good. I've been fishing out of one of them for years, and I don't even want to try anything new because, well, I'm gonna try this flash out though. It's gonna be it could be a good little river kayak, or actually, I bought it for my wife.
But, don't we all do that and be like, well, if you're not using it, I guess I'll try it out.
The more I've been checking it out, the more cool. And there's not any footage of it out, so I think I'm going to be one of the first people in the country to get one of these kayaks too. So I can't wait to get some videos made and get out there and demo it too. That's gonna be pretty sweet because they just put a brand new product that's not even available to the general public yet. I don't think it might be pretty soon though. I think they're getting ready to release it, but I'm excited, man. Can't tell. It's always cool to get a new addition to the fleet.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it's definitely
New
exciting.
upgrades.
Josh, before we get on here, you gave me a pretty big list of honeydews, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We're only a couple months away from kicking off the season. So a month away from the onlines, and so it's time to get going. It's time to. There's guys already on the road fishing right now for Bassmaster, and it's that time to get ready.
Yeah, less time if you're planning on doing the All American Series because we got Palestine in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's at the end of February on Lake Palestine in Texas. Hopefully, it's warmed up a little by then, but it should be a good one there.
Well, man, let's talk about MOYAK and our members. Where are we at on those?
On our membership right now, I believe we're sitting at 139, maybe 140. I think 139 is where we're at. We're shooting for that 150 mark. That's been our goal for our giveaways. We've got a ton of giveaways to do, a lot of guided trips, which we're going to do one of them tonight. I made the offer that if we hit 150, by this snowstorm, by today or tonight, that we were going to give away a bunch more, but we didn't hit that number. So still going to do a giveaway though here in a little while for a guided fishing trip. But we need guys to get signed up. You can get signed up on the website, MOYAKFishingSeries.com. If you're planning on fishing, the sooner you sign up, it makes everything so much easier for me on, getting this club's budgets figured out and getting everything we need to get this series going, because that's what fuels the whole thing is those membership dues. And this year, with the way things are, with the supply shortages and the price increases and everything, it's really hurting me. I went all crazy like I did last year, and it's costing me like double. And so kind of having a hard time paying for everything right now. So we need guys to get signed up to make this series, special, so that I can, get all this stuff taken care of for everybody to make it a good season. So if you plan on signing up, let's go. Get signed up. And because Table Rock's just right around the corner. If you're in the Taney 20, that's even closer. So the season's coming. It's time to get signed up and get your rods rigged, and it's time.
So let's back up a little bit. You did a new kind of swag pack this year. You did a new hat, right? And that what was that? Was that for the first 100 members?
No, we're going to give that hat to the first 150. I ordered 150 hats. Yeah, and they're nice ones too. And so, that was a big chunk of money right there too. So anyway, it's all going to be worth it. Everybody's going to have some cool stuff. We got koozies. I got some koozies made up to give away to everybody too. So we got the decals. Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, there's plenty of time to get signed up. A lot of the guys that are fishing the Taney 20, they're already set. But if you're wanting to fish the March online and chase that AOI, you'll definitely need to sign up for that membership. Overall, if you're fishing, 3, maybe 4 tournaments, the membership's the way to go. Save you some money on them fees, because it is more when you're not a member. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. Plus, it goes to pay for your meal after the tournament. Other stuff like the swag pack. It's definitely a good return on your money. And I know we've been sitting at 130 for a little while now, but I think guys, once we get through this cold spell, I think guys will start looking around at their kayak and figuring out what they need to do and how to rig it up. And I expect a lot of guys to come out and still get signed up. Talking about that, new kayak anglers, guys that may have only fished a couple tournaments or looking to get into it. Once they get signed up for that membership, Josh, what's kind of the next step for them?
If you're just getting involved in this for the first time and you're just wanting to know how this all works, just go through the website. We've got a lot of good pages on there. Troy Inky's done a great job of putting together that website. There's a lot of information on there. You can also go to YouTube, this YouTube channel here. You can go back and look at some of our old shows where we discuss tournament recaps, and guys can see about how, the tournament went down. The best way is to just jump right in, be familiar with the rules. And once you know the rules and how the tournament works, just go out and fish and be you. That would be my suggestion.
Josh, you're always, a text, a phone call away, a Facebook message. Guys, if you got questions, if you're new, hit up Josh. I hit up him. I talked to Jeff Mellencamp. Myself, you're more than welcome to send me a Facebook message or whatever, however you can get a hold of me. But it's been really cool to meet guys, whether they're around you or not, and go fishing with them. If you're new to this, link up with someone. Hey, tell them, hey man, can I come pick you up and take you fishing? I don't know many guys that'll say, I don't know about that, man. But if you're new, ask questions. Maybe there's someone in your area that you guys can go fishing. And I know it's tough right now to go and get out, but talk to people, ask questions, get on the Facebook group, get on our Discord site. There's plenty of information, plenty of avenues to get you more information. But like Josh said, just get jumped in, get active, ask questions. But I mean, we talk about it all the time. The onlines, they're tough. There's some good sticks in them, but that's a great place to start learning how to fish these tournaments. Overall, gives you a good sense of it, and we'll have a ton of guys sign up early in the year, and they'll kind of dwindle away just because it is so tough. But that grind is part of the fun. But I mean, maybe that's not your cup of tea either. Maybe the live events, you're more excited about that and meeting up and talking to people afterwards. But there's plenty of information out there, plenty of guys that will help out. I don't think I've met a MOYAK guy that I'm like, man, I don't want to hang out with that guy, because we've all got the same passion. We've all got the same drive. We're all just a bunch of guys in some little boats fishing our hearts out, and that's what's, it's great. It's cool to see this many guys involved in it. I think we averaged, our first 3 events, we were over 100 people. I think we averaged right around 90s to 100 every event, which that's huge, man. I got onto KBN the other day on Facebook and just kind of was curious to see what are some big clubs like that. And there's not many guys. And I know the competition is tough for MOYAK, but it's pretty cool to see this many guys show up for some events.
Yeah, I've said it before. We're lucky we have so much great water to fish, and there's a lot of fishermen around here. But yeah, we have become one of the biggest clubs in the nation, really, and that's really something to be proud of. And it's also a fun thing to be a part of. So if you want to jump in and you're familiar with the rules and you've asked a few questions, the gear you need is not that much. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You just need to catch measuring board. You can get the carbonate for about $30, I think. Once you've got your measuring board, you go to TourneyX and you create your account. It's a free account. That's how we track all these fish photo scores, and catch photo release. You catch your fish, you take a picture of it, you upload that photo to TourneyX. TourneyX tracks your scores and shows everybody else's scores on a live leaderboard. And so you release the fish and you keep on fishing. That's catch, photo, release. That's how all kayak tournaments work. So it's a real easy, basic system. You're just going to go out and catch fish, you take a picture of it, and then you upload it. And then TourneyX does the rest. It'll cull for you. It'll keep track of big bass. And then we have an award ceremony at the end where we honor the top guys and give them some money. And we give away a ton of product. We got some great sponsors coming on board this year that have donated a bunch of stuff, and we're going to give it away at every tournament.
And that's a great segue. Let's talk about, we've got some new sponsors. We've got some ones that are returning. You were telling me about a sponsor that's giving you a bunch of tackle, and let's kind of kick it off with them as far as a new sponsor.
Yeah, we want to welcome Crocagator. They were a sponsor in previous years of MOYAK, but they're under new ownership now, and they are the sole sponsor of the Taney 20 now. They are going to pay the winner of the Taney 20 $500 cash, and there's no entry fee to this tournament. So winner take all, $500. There's also going to be this sweet, really cool trophy. Wish I could show it to you. It hadn't arrived yet, but it's going to be nice too. So winner's going to get the bling and the money. So this is for the top 20 in AOI from the previous season for MOYAK. It's not open to just anybody. You got to qualify for it. But Crocagator has stepped up big time. So we're also giving away a ton of their baits all year long too. At each tournament, we're going to be giving away, I don't know how much. I'd have to go count, but at least 7 baits. Excuse me. We can go on down the line. Let's talk about some of these new sponsors this year besides Crocker Gator. Coming back again is DeBalm Anchors. Another great quality product. If you haven't seen these anchors yet, we'll be giving away one of these anchors at every tournament. So,
Josh, did you see his post on Facebook the other day?
who's that?
The bomb anchors.
About how he got started?
Yeah, that was really cool. It was really cool to see. I mean, he literally looked like he just started something in his garage. He's like, man, I need an anchor and I don't want to go buy one. And he probably got tied up on the ones that that spread up, and he was tired of that. And it was really cool to see how his progression started out and where he's at now. It's really cool. Dean up there, Dean's another super cool guy, nice guy up there in that St. Louis area. So these St. Louis guys, I know Dean maybe not fish as much as he'd like, but super guy to reach out. And he's fished quite a bit. He's got some time on the water.
Yep. And it shows you too, if you have an idea, follow through with it. You never know what's going to come out of it. I mean, he took that idea and turned it into a business. So really glad to have him on board again. Our primary sponsor, once again, is Everhart's Outdoors. I think everybody kind of knows just how awesome they are. They'll be donating some product they'll be giving away at the raffles at each tournament. A new sponsor for this year is Air Clean. They have some really cool air purification products, and they've jumped on board with Lance Burris is one of their agents, and he's going to put out a video pretty soon about how this is going to benefit everybody. But he's basically going to give away an air purification system at every tournament. And there's more to go with it than that. So it's a big value. These things are expensive. So, and I have one myself, and I put it in my bedroom, and I tell you, it's helped me sleep at night so much better. My breathing, my congestion problems has all been so much better since I got the system. So I can tell you that what he's going to give everybody is really worth the money. You're probably going to want to get more. So really happy to have Air Clean on board. But if you know Lance, he's not like he's a big talker. So I'm curious to see how this video is going to go.
Don't let him fool you. He'll sell you. He will sell you real quick.
Yeah. He might just do a video and he'll be like, Air Clean. It works. It's good.
Take my money, Lance.
Yeah. He's about to get some of mine too. Another really great new sponsor that's come on this year is the Veris Network. They're a big company, part of the Keller Williams real estate venture, and they're going to sponsor the River Series this year. And so once again, the AOI for the River Series is going to take home a new kayak. So we don't have the kayak yet, so I can't show you a picture of it, but AOI is going to get a new kayak from Veris Network. So really happy to have them on board as a sponsor for this season.
Nice, man. That's awesome. What about old Solar Bat, man? They were a solid sponsor last year. Giving what I think they gave away 2 or 3 pairs of sunglasses at every event, so like almost 20 plus pairs of sunglasses, right?
Yep. Yeah. Solar Bat is the sponsor, the official sunglasses sponsor of MOYAK, and they're back again for 2022. We're going to be giving out a free pair of sunglasses, polarized floating sunglasses. These things are really lightweight and they float. It's a new design. When I picked one up and held it, it was so light. I didn't even know I was holding anything. They're pretty cool. So the winner of each tournament is going to get a new pair of those, and we've also got some we're going to give away in raffles too. I'm going to divvy some up, and we're just going to give some away randomly too.
They also do like a tournament program or a bat bucks, I believe, right? If you've got their sticker on your kayak and you ended up winning an event, you get a check from them. Is that not correct?
That's close. If you sign up for the Solar Bat Bucks program, basically, I think it costs like $5. It's not much to get involved in it. And if you've got a pair of Solar Bat sunglasses on, and you are one spot out of the money, they're going to pay for your entry fee.
That's great, man. That's cool.
It's like the first man out award that we're doing too. So, yeah. So if you're a member of the Solar Bat Bucks program, you can get your entry fee back. I think it's up to like, I don't know, I'd have to look it up, like $75 or something.
But they've got that information on the website. I remember reading about it. And I think you had there's certain criteria, but they definitely, they pay you for stuff like that if you win. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've got a link for it posted up on the MOYAK Facebook group. If you go to the search bar in the group and just type in the Solar Bat Bucks program, it should bring up that that post that has all that information on there.
Nice.
We've got a lot of tackle we're going to be giving away at each event in our free raffles. Wizard Custom Tackles donated a bunch. Motion Jigs, Council Bluff crankbaits. I'm really impressed with those crankbaits so far. I can't wait to try some of them out this year. And Crank Wraps. Crank Wraps is on board this year. It's a new sponsor. We've got a bunch of wraps we're going to give away at each event too, and there's some pretty cool colors that we've got.
Josh, I think you had posted something about doing an official jersey. Who was that going through?
That is going through. Oh gosh,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I was just thinking about that too because I thought we were going to do something like that.
You caught me off guard with that one. I can't remember off the hand because it's a new company, but
there's a post on the Facebook page on the MOYAK group.
Yeah,
I remember seeing a post there
too, and I'll also get that updated once we do the end of the. When we get to the end of the month and there's no more sponsors, so that's all I'm waiting for as far as getting that jersey set up is just getting these sponsors locked in. So we're just going to give them a little bit more time to come on board and make it even better. So the jersey should be ready to go by March.
Sam Young posts on their Rogue Custom Apparel.
Yeah, Rogue, that's it.
Sam the man on the spot, man.
So MOYAK taking care of its own. All right, and then let's go on. Yak Attack is back on board again.
Let's go.
Yep, that's a huge sponsor of kayak fishing across the country. So we've got Aqua to Air Detailing. They're a boat detailing service. So
that's Mason right up the lake.
Yeah. And new for this year too, we're partnering up with TourneyX. TourneyX is a proven platform that has been with us that we've been using for years, and we are devoted to sticking with the TourneyX platform and really happy to partner up with Dwayne Wally and TourneyX. So
are you sure you don't want to go fishing chaos yet or something? You sure? Are you positive?
I think I am very sure.
I think so too, man. I think we're in the right boat there.
We stick with TourneyX. It seems to be much simpler.
So if someone in the club, they've got a small business or someone, maybe they've got a sponsor that they work with or something like that, how do they go about getting them on with MOYAK if they're interested?
They can just shoot me a message on Facebook, or they can send me an email at moyakfishingseries@gmail.com, and we can start a conversation. It's that easy. I'm really open about it. There's really no minimums or maximums. We just work out a deal on how we can help promote that company and how they can help support MOYAK, and we come up with a beneficial deal that works, the best for both sides.
And guys, it's not too late. You got till the end of the month if maybe you have a company, a small local Missouri company. That reminds me, Danny Johnson. You need to talk to Batcave, see if they want to get on with us. They're a solid Missouri company, and he works with them quite a bit. Maybe that's the situation for you. But reach out to them. I mean, the worst case they say is no. Maybe they throw a couple baits for everybody. Maybe hey, man, it's not this year, but I'd love to work with you guys next year. But there's plenty of time. End of the month, get that information to Josh. Send him an email. If it starts off with you starting the conversation and then passing it off to Josh, whatever you think, guys. But there's plenty. You got your own small business. You got other small business that wants to get involved. There's plenty of room. I think the more we can share them and be a partner with them, I think that's huge for us.
Yeah, that's a big point. I mean, a good point. If you're a small local business, this is a great way to get your name out there and to get some exposure. Just like some of the local guides that are stepping up this year to give away some trips, like a Freedom Fishing Guide Service and Misty Mountain Guide Service. And Kayak Jack Outfitters, we've got 3 different guides that are giving us some trips, giving away some free trips this year, which is really going to, give them some exposure too. When the guys go out and catch a bunch of fish, they come back and they talk about it. It's return on investment, and it works. And I think we've got a good thing going on in MOYAK. And backing up to TourneyX, I want to remind everybody that you can create your free account, but if you pay for the yearly membership, it gives you a stat tracker, and a map tracker drops a pin on every fish you submit, so you can keep track of all your fish on every lake you've ever fished. It's a really cool feature, which if you're really wanting to get serious into it, it's a way you can show potential sponsors your value as an angler and your statistics in tournaments. So if you haven't signed up for your Attorney X membership, it's really cheap. It's nothing. I would really suggest becoming an Attorney X member. All right, let's move on. We got a few more. OMTC, kayak outfitter in Ozark is on board once again. We'll be giving away some gift cards. Gorilla Grip gloves, another new sponsor. These are some awesome fishing gloves, and we're going to be giving some gloves away at every tournament. So we're going to be raffling away some of them.
No, I know Chad's a big user of them, but they seem like they're really good gloves.
Yeah, they look like they're pretty nice quality. I know a lot of anglers that swear by them, so it'll be another great factor. We get to check them out, and then if it's a great quality product, we put that out there, and the company gets even more exposure. So, this is how this whole thing works. So, that's why we encourage anglers when they win these items at tournaments, post it up on, take some pictures, use it, put up your opinion on the product, give a report, that has value to these companies. And that's what we're trying to provide for them, is that exposure, and field testing sometimes too. Sometimes they just want honest opinions on how they can improve the product. We can help in that area too. So I encourage anybody that wins any of these products to, give a shout out to the company, and then, maybe some photos of it out in the field, a really good one that jumped on board this year is Bass Pro Shops, in Branson, Missouri. They're going to be giving us some gift cards that we can give away too that are good at any Bass Pro Shop. So we're going to have some Bass Pro gift cards to give away. Going to be exciting. I think that's about where we're at right now. So things are slowing down. This could be about a lock for the season, but I think we're looking pretty good. We're going to have some good raffles this year, a lot better than last year. The lockdowns ain't going to slow us down this year, I don't think. I think we're looking good. So
absolutely, man. Right around the corner, I know I took this home last year, and I don't know how I did, because Dorman probably should have, but we got the online series just around the corner. It starts March 1st, 7 months, 7 events, no drops, 0 drops. So you literally, and I will attest to this, it is an all-out grind. It's not for the faint of heart. And I mean, Dorman honestly probably should have won it, because he pretty much lives on the water. I'm like 90% sure that he fishes for a living. I don't know if he keeps the fish or not, but I feel like he would, as much as he fishes, he probably should eat more fish, because he's just out there fishing all the time. But seriously, it is a grind. New water, different water, traveling. I think I fished about every Saturday and Sunday, and it is a grind, but it's also fun competing in those monthly events. But it starts in March, like I said, 7 events, 7 months, and that no drops deal makes it big, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, you got to spend some time on the water if you want to win that sucker. As it's a great tool for beginners to get out there and learn how these tournaments work. But if you want to win and cash a check, you better plan on being out on the water, or at least getting out there and exploring and finding some big fish. You're going to need some 20s. You're going to need to pop up some bigs. So, I mean, some people might think, oh, well, I can't catch 100 inches of fish in a month, so I'm not going to enter it. Well, it's still fun to compete. You don't have to fish for money. I learned that a while back. Going to tournaments, it's about just going out fun fishing. Well, not really fun fishing. It gets stressful, but fishing, having a good time. And then, if you do luck into a good stringer and cash a check, that's a bonus. I mean, the money's the bonus part. I don't think you should chase the money. If you're chasing money, then you're probably going to be stressed out and not have as much of a good time. So don't think that just because you can't catch 100 inches of fish that you can't have fun and fish in these online tournaments. That's my point, I guess.
Yeah, so one thing I throw out there as well is, a lot of guys look at Table Rock, they look at Lake of the Ozarks. Most of the places that I went this year, I think I would guess that Dorman fished Taney quite a bit, because there's big fish in Taney. We all know that. It's all, it's no secret. But
yeah, he lives right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's his backyard. But the thing that I learned this past year is it's not necessarily about the big lakes. MDC has these smaller conservation lakes that have some huge fish in them. Joe Walters and I found a spot up near KC, not far from him at all. That, I mean, it was just bigger fish, and it was an average bigger fish. We didn't catch a lot of fish, but we were catching 18s, 19s, and 20s on a regular. I think I went out there one day and caught 97 inches for one day, and that's a big day. That's a big monthly. But there's so many of these small conservation ponds that have big fish in them, and a lot of them are electric motor only, so you don't have to worry about these big bass boats zooming around these lakes or something like that. There's big fish in these little spots, and they get fished hard, but at the same time, that's we're kayakers. We get to spots that other people's can't. If a lot of these places are full with lily pads and grass, and you can get to spots where those boats can't.
Yeah, and when I fished the onlines, that was one of the funnest parts for me. Was you had to go explore, and you find these MDC lakes, these small lakes. Some of them don't even have boat ramps, but they're still public, and they're still public access. And you've got a month to catch 5 fish. So my thinking was always, if I could just catch one fish over 20 inches on a trip, and then I make 5 trips, I've got 100 inches. And so maybe 5 different pits, or MDC lakes. There's a lot of strip pits in Missouri too. So go fish Fellows Lake. There you go. You'll win that online for sure in Fellows. Yeah, no, that's funny. Oh, you're on mute. You're muted, Dominguez.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh.
I'm not spilling the beans, man. If you want to go talk to Walters, you can go ask him. Maybe he'll take you out there. But I'm not spilling the beans, man.
Map study. You guys stare at that map, and you got to go driving around.
Yeah. Literally, we'd find random MDC spots and just go try them out, and they were either good or they were bust, and that was the funnest part about it.
I think that's how you do the onlines. You just go explore, and then sometimes you find a spot, then you put it on your list, and then you get a list. It's got 5 or 6 spots, and then you can just bounce around and hit those different spots and try and catch one big each time.
Yep, absolutely. Well, March, that'll get going for the online series, and then Table Rock's not far behind there. We got April 23rd, right? Our first event.
Yep, kick it off on Table Rock, April 23rd. We've got a new venue we're going to for our award ceremony at the Branson Sports Plex. It's a lot nicer. Going to have a lot more parking, a lot better facilities, I think. So pretty excited about moving to a new location there. Indian Point's been great for us, but I think we've just about outgrown it. There's parking's getting a little tight in there. So I expect Table Rock to be a huge tournament. It's also an All-American tournament as well, so we're going to double down. Arkansas NSKA is coming up. You could even triple dip if you wanted to in this tournament. Table Rock's going to be huge. So yeah, can't wait to see how we do it. We could set some records on that one.
It's pretty sweet that we're gonna start there and finish there. Table Rock's always one of those venues that it's typically our largest event. I think we get a lot of the Arkansas guys, we get a lot of Missouri guys. We just all get together. And speaking of that, is Niska, are they still involved with that event with us?
Yep. They're going to have their trail at the same time as us. And I think we're going to work out some kind of border battle where it's going to be MOYAK versus NSKA. And we're going to see which top club comes out on Table Rock. We haven't really worked out how we're going to tally the total, but we're going to do a little club war we got going on. I've already talked to Kyle and the guys over there, so.
I think you need to figure out a way to take maybe like the top 3 and the very bottom 2, and that way everyone's a player within there. Maybe take, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the very bottom of the stack, they kind of contribute as well. Make it where it's more competitive for more involved for everyone, top and bottom. Whether you did well or not, you could still be one of those top 5 representing MOYAK, and maybe not even maybe catch one bass.
Yeah, we got a lot of room to play on that. It's gonna be fun. We're trying to figure it out. I think it's gonna be cool though. I think guys will really like it. And NSKA is a big club too, so there'll be a lot of numbers there.
And so, if I remember right, and I'm trying to pull it up on Tourney X while we're talking, but we also have the All American that weekend, right?
Yeah, the All American Kayak Series is coming to Table Rock, and that's a 2-day event. That's going to be on Saturday and Sunday. The MOYAK and NSKA event is going to be on Saturday. So, yeah, you got three big tournaments going on at the same time.
That's awesome, man.
Anglers can get involved in all three if they want to.
And I really don't know a better lake for that.
No, I mean, and that's one of the reasons I think we have such good numbers on Table Rock is, it is a good fishing lake. You're not going to catch a 12-pounder out of there, but it is a fun lake to fish. It's a really big lake with lots of options on where you can go fish, and it has cell service. Most of the lake has pretty decent cell service, which is huge for kayak anglers. That's what makes it, in my opinion, the cell service alone makes it the gem of our schedule. I think it's the best cell service of any lake on our schedule.
And I mean, the wild thing is, all the way up, the White Rivers up to Cape Fair, down to the dam, there are access points for days. I mean, you could literally spend a week and not have to go back to the same access point. Like, you can probably pull out, and then go fish in the afternoon somewhere else and still probably find some more. It's amazing. It's a huge lake. It's a great fishery. But there's so many places you can put in at. And if you've got that, what is it, the White River Pass or the license, you can fish on the Arkansas side, where we may see some of those Niska guys do that as well. But to be able to go that far south as well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of that pass, I would suggest anybody in MOYAK getting that. I mean, our licenses are all ready to be renewed at the end of February, and when you get your license, I would just get the White River Border Pass, because that's going to allow you to fish any water on Table Rock down in Arkansas, and it's also going to give you a permit for Norfolk, since we're going to be down there this year.
Well, that and Bull Shoals, you got to think about that too. There's a lot of water south of that border in Bull Shoals that guys may not want to, travel to, but if it gives them a bigger option,
Yeah, and Bull Shoals too is the second tournament that we're doubling up with on the All American Series. That's going to be an All American tournament too, and it's going to be, our awards is going to be down in Arkansas. So most of the lake is in Arkansas. So yeah, that if you get that border pass, and I think it's only like $10, it's not very much, and then you'll have your Arkansas license basically. So guys should get that if you haven't already.
I see Patrick T. Let's hope the weather turns around by February. Man, I don't know how long you've been living in Missouri, man, but I'm not from here, but it changes on a dime. So who knows what we'll get that weekend. It seems like it's always crazy anytime there's a tournament scheduled for us.
Yeah. The All American will be down in Lake Palestine at the very end of February. So hopefully all that nastiness has gotten out of Texas. I mean, I feel bad for the guys that are down at Fork right now. Lance Burris and Corey Whitchurch. And I think we got a few guys down there from MOYAK that are competing in the Bassmaster tournament.
Yeah.
They're chipping ice off of their kayaks. It's crazy.
It's nuts, man. Hey, let's back up real quick before we talk more about bass. Table Rock, you were telling me that we've got a new place that we're probably gonna have the meetup at.
Yeah, at it's a Branson Sportsplex. It's going to be in Branson. I don't have the address right off the top of my head, but yeah, we've got a really nice pavilion area, seating area, tables, chairs. For the championship, I've got an indoor venue where we're going to be nice and inside and have a really cool. It's a nice place, so we're going to be checking it out, kind of for the first time, see how it goes this year. Should be plenty of parking, bathrooms, and barbecue and all that good stuff. So I think it's going to be an improvement for us to move to this location.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And I know when I stayed down there for the championship, I stayed in Branson, so I think that makes it convenient for guys, getting hotels. There's plenty of places to stay in Branson, and so the meetups there, it makes it even better for traveling.
Yep, there's definitely plenty of places to stay in Branson.
So BASS down in Table Rock, those guys are getting some ice. What do you think, man? You think Lance has a pretty good chance of bringing that home?
I got money on Lance. I mean, that guy is a warrior, and he's going to go down there. You know, Guillermo is going to be hard to beat for sure, but he really knows that lake well. But Lance is, man, I don't know the right word to describe him. He's just a freaking monster. He can catch fish in a mud puddle, and he'll stay there until he does. He's determined. And he works harder than any other angler I know. I mean, when I travel a lot with him, and when he's practicing, he doesn't stop. Sun up to sundown, he's gone, and he'll go over the whole lake every single day. He just never stops. He's a machine, like the Terminator. So yeah, I got money on Lance, Mister Donut.
He's done very well there, and I think he's almost won it a couple times, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yep. Well, I guess the only thing we got left really to talk about coming up that's going to kick things off is the All-American qualifier. We've got that qualifier that's going to be open up to anybody. That's up on Truman, April 29th and 30th. Truman Lake, we're going to have the Benson Civic Center. So we're going to be all in. We're going to have the fancy place. We're going to be inside. We're going to make it a really great event. Need everybody to come. 50% of the field will qualify for the All-American. So if you want to jack up your numbers for your club, it's a great way to get people into the tournament. And then you can roll down spots from your top 10. So really hope we get a big turnout for that qualifier.
It's really cool that guys are going to be able to qualify it. You know, if they come down and fish it and then fish their club and be able to roll their spot down based on qualifying through the open. It's pretty cool. And I really liked how you guys have made that transition smooth. It was great planning on your guys' part to consider an open and have two events back to back, but better off having it in the spring, I think, than having it in the fall.
Yeah, it was tough to figure out how to make that work. We didn't want to lose any momentum, and leave a dead spot. But this is also, I mean, I'll bring it up again. This is the last qualifier we're going to have. I mean, we've done the open shootout before, where we qualify the top 50%, and now we're doing this open qualifier event where we're going to qualify the top 50%. But it goes away after this year. Moving forward, you got to qualify through your club or the All-American Series. So this is your last chance to get in on a easy qualify. So top 50% of the field is a lot of people. So plus we're going to be paying out good too. It is a Everhart's tournament where we're going to be giving away some cool stuff, and payouts are going to be good too.
Joe, starting the season back to back, baby. Yeah, it's going to be a busy April. I think we've got Table Rock, and then quickly after that we've got the All-American Championship.
Yep.
It's going to be fast and furious.
So it's going to be kicking it off. Hopefully the weather's going to be cooperating, and the spawn will be on fire right then too.
I mean, not to mention that we've got the River Series going on as well. I don't know where those dates fall in, but I mean, if you're planning on doing the River Series, the All-American, and the Trail Series, you've got some, and then the online, you've got a busy April.
Yeah, April 9th is the first river tournament, and that's a statewide. I left it statewide. That way, in case there's any springtime flooding, guys can go wherever there's not flooding and try and find some clean water. So, our springs our rivers are blown out all the time. It's hard to predict. So, yeah, the first one's April 9th, statewide. Pick your own river in the state. That's going to kick off the River Series, AOI's race.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a great year. It'll be interesting to see everything, back to normal, especially with our sponsors, see what they come out with for us, as they always do a great job. But overall, I think we've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of opportunities for new and existing anglers. I just think it's going to be a great year. I say that every year to start off, but I mean, it seems like every year is better than the last. So I think we're on the right path.
It is. Yep. That's what makes it exciting. Every year has been better. It's crazy. So can't wait to see how this turns out.
I mean, I remember this was going to be, I think, my third or fourth year, but I remember my first year just being a pup, coming in and getting my butt whooped, and it was really cool. It was really cool to see guys fishing together in the camaraderie and building relationships, and Sam Young, Joe Walters, guys that I fish regularly with. We're gonna start traveling All-American this year. It's going to be pretty cool to get outside of Missouri and see how we do and see how we stack up. And seems like Missouri boys always, represent. But I mean, that's where it started for me and where it's going for me now. And I mean, you new guys, you old guys, I mean, it's awesome. It's great what we've got here in Missouri.
Yeah, it is, and I've made so many new friends in the sport. It's unbelievable, the amount of how we all are similar, and how easily it is to build these friendships and these bonds and to travel together and go out and eat and have a good time together and go fish and, help each other out and, just be fishing buddies. It's a great way to get involved in the community. If you're even just looking at that aspect of it, you may suck at fishing, you may not, but still it can be a blast for you. You can still have a great time competing in these tournaments. It's its own thing. It's hard to describe unless you actually experience it.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to meet up and see all the guys. It'll be good time to get back together.
Yep. That's about all I got. You got anything else you want to add?
Man, that's all I have. You guys, yeah, literally, if you guys questions, answers, whatever, hit us up. Hit up the MOYAK page. Hit the Discord up. All that stuff's on our website as well. Plenty of avenues to get involved, ask questions, get some info. Don't hesitate to ask. You might just make a best friend out of asking somebody else in the club. You might find a fishing buddy or something like that. Maybe there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody needs any help on anything, just shoot me a message or an email as well. I'm always available.
Absolutely. Well, let's get this show on the road, man. Let's forget this winter stuff. Let's go.
Yep. Anybody out there watching, if you know anybody interested that might want to get involved, get them involved. Tell them about this sport. Spread the word. Let's get some people going.
Yeah, take your.
There's another group on the East Coast that thinks they're the biggest and best in the country. And I'm not going to say their name because I'm not going to call anybody out, but I think we can grow this and kick their butts because we need to. I better shut up. But
we're going to start a rivalry here.
We can grow MOYAK to be one of the best in the country. I have no doubt about it. And it's because of you guys. So you can help me do that because can't do it without you.
Yeah, I mean, take them fishing. They'll get hooked just like you did.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's about all I got, man.
That's it, man. It was good seeing you, Josh. It's good being back on here. It's been a while. We need to do this more often.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do some more live things like this more often. So thanks for helping me out. Thanks for joining me tonight. And we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.